I studied German, bioethics, and philosophy. So I chose to study German because I wanted to study abroad and I enjoyed the language, learning the language. I enjoyed philosophy and I did a self-design major in bioethics because I was also interested in taking some of the science classes that would be required for medicine. Well, I enjoyed studying abroad. I'm glad that I got to study abroad for a year and to fully immerse myself in the language and culture. I think that was my favorite part. I got to study philosophy in German, and for me that was a lot of fun. I would encourage them to go for a full year if they could, because kind of 6 months can be not quite enough time, and a year is, it's more time to kind of immerse yourself in the culture and the language and to adjust. I think doing immersion trips was very helpful because I did an immersion trip to Ecuador and I did an immersion trip to Tijuana, and within those trips there were some trips to like clinics, and so I was really interested in working with language and culture, but also on the frontier with medicine. And so that's kind of how I tried to start bridging the two, language and culture with medicine. It did, in that I remember being in at least one interview in which it was noted that I had a German major, and they thought that it showed flexibility and adaptability, and that I would probably be a self-starter and would really put in the work and the time to learn the new content on the job. So when you learn a language, it's kind of a key into learning a new culture and immersing yourself in a culture. And by immersing yourself in a culture, you kind of are better able to learn a different mental framework, a different way of thinking about things, and a different way of approaching problems. And so kind of challenging yourself to think about things differently, to approach problems differently, allows you to learn that sort of flexibility that can be applied to any job.